Hey guys, let me pull up the live stream on my phone. I like to have it in two places so I can always see the chat box for when it cuts out. Get myself organized. Okay, I'm a little bit late. I made the mistake of going downstairs to get a cup of coffee, and instead I had my 3-year-old screaming at me a little bit because she wanted me to stay down there. So it took me a minute. Sorry. All right, you guys, I am going to get started on this chat box because I am already far behind. So let's see what's going on up here. I'm going to start up high at the 4 p.m. timestamp. As a reminder, you guys, I can never get to all of the questions because there's a lot of them, but I do my best to do as many as I possibly can. And I must drink water first. My weird sloth cup, it's back. Okay, 4 o'clock. Where is it? There it is. Okay, oh geez. Oh, I missed so much and now you guys had to wait while I scroll up awkwardly. Okay, Michael says, I filed new claim 314 over the phone 2 weeks later. Certified goes through and new claim has been processed. No longer on Fed Ed, I'm on regular UI now. Okay, good. I'm really glad that got processed for you with no hiccups. That's great. All right, Bashidi Evans says April 10th, D-Day. April 10th, between April 10th and April 30th is when they're going to be adding in the PEUC extensions into their programming. So sometime between then, it could come sooner, but between April 10th and April 30th. All right, scrolling down. Anthony says, he's talking to Dawn. All right, Dexter says, hello, Ginny, my new claim has been approved as of today. Do you know when it will be switched over to the new claim? So if you filed a new claim, you reach the end of your year, you file a new claim, they're going to take somewhere between 1 to 2 weeks. It could take 3 weeks because sometimes the new claims go into a review period where they're kind of looking at everything for 3 weeks. But most people report that it switches over like about a week after you receive a notice in the mail stating that you were granted a new claim. So I would expect at least a week for it to populate there in your UI Online dashboard. All right. Lee Lou says, I didn't see any reapply bottom of homepage. How can we reapply? Okay, so if you need to file a new claim, it's going to be called file a new claim. So you can call into customer service, and I would recommend doing this over the phone because if you don't qualify for a new claim, most reps will be able to circumnavigate the whole file a new claim process and just apply the extension to your old claim. However, it depends on which rep you get because sometimes they won't do it for you over the phone. But if you're doing it online, you're just going to click File a New Claim. It should be on the left-hand side when you log into UI Online. You should see one button that says File a New Claim and one button that says Manage or Register Existing Claim. So you're going to click on the File a New Claim button. All right, David Michael. Kat, I entered my question at 4:01, not 3:59. Uh-oh, I didn't see it. Well, maybe I'll see it down here. All right, let's see. Don says, yes, but they are saying that it may take weeks. Okay, Don, I'm guessing that you're referring to the PEUC extensions being implemented. They're going to take between April 10th and April 30th to be implemented. So it can take several weeks while they start to roll them out. Okay, let's see. Going down, going down, going down, losing my spot. All right, William says, I'm PEUC and refiled in January for this claim. Just got paid from being pending for 12 weeks. Oh man, 12 weeks, that's a long time. Do I need to reapply or will it be auto-extended? Okay, so if you just refiled for this claim in January, you don't need to do anything. You're gonna be automatically extended up until claim week ending September 4th. But because you're gonna be waiting for that extension to be applied to your new claim, you're gonna be waiting until it's applied, and it should be applied sometime between April 10th and April 30th. Need water. Thirsty. All right, NC, thank you for your donation. My EDD rep I called on Monday says they all know about Ginny and Shelly and told me she was impressed with my understanding. My understanding is thanks to you. It's so hard to understand EDD. Oh, thank you for your donation. Yeah, I guess they know us, and a lot of them don't like me. If you saw my video yesterday, when people are calling into technical support and using my like workaround trick to get through the phone lines faster, which they have now shut that one down, they called me the brown-haired girl who blinks too much, which is accurate. Okay, but that's a good report back from them. So I'm glad to hear that. All right, scrolling down. Let's see. Francine says, my UI exhausted December 2019. They put me on Fed Ed. Now I'm on extension tier 2. I have no idea where my claim goes. And try to understand, but I got list in. I'm a little confused by your question, Francine. Okay, so it exhausted in December. They put you on Fed Ed. Now you're on extension tier 2. Okay, so if you're on extension tier 2, that is the second phase of the PEUC extension. The PEUC extension is the extension that's applied to UI claims, and it's a federal level pandemic-related extension. There are first tier of PEUC, 13 weeks. The next tier, tier 2, is 11 weeks. And then now the tier 3, which is the new one that's going to be input, is up until September 4th. So you're going to be extended up until September 4th, but the EDD still needs to program that into the claims. So they're going to be updating claims with that most recent extension sometime in between April 10th and April 30th. Mackenzie, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Let me see if you had a question because I don't see one there. But thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. Okay, scrolling down. Milani says, so when you guys reapplied, did you guys receive an email from EDD? Because I didn't, but I have confirmation number. Tried to call the EDD, talking, about how they're closed. Okay, so they're closed today because today is Cesar Chavez Day. That came out weird as I'm multitasking. Today's Cesar Chavez Day, and it is a federal holiday, so they're closed today. So yes, many people are alarmed that the phone lines are closed. I've posted this as many places as I can. Phone lines are closed. I would not recommend trying again tomorrow because tomorrow is the day that everyone is going to be calling in. So I would try to call in 2 days from now if you need to call in. Let's see what your issue was, though. When you reapplied, did you receive notification? If you have a confirmation number, then that means that your application was submitted and received. Next, you're going to be waiting for notification from them to let you know if you qualify for a new claim or not. If you do not qualify for a new claim because you did not have enough earnings, then you will receive a letter of determination stating that you do not qualify to receive benefits. Immediately following that, not immediate, but about a week after that, you are going to receive another notification stating that you do qualify to have the PEUC extension applied to your old claim. So if you don't qualify for a new claim, don't be alarmed. You will have another notice coming soon. So you don't necessarily need to call right now. You just need to wait for those notifications to arrive to you. All right. Zekness. I'm going with Zekness. I got a very part-time job. I was on regular unemployment. My year ended 3/15. Then the extension, no more weeks, but still money in my claim. I was not PUA. Can I still claim? Will I possibly qualify? Okay, so if you still have money in your claim and let's see. And your claim has already had the extension applied. So your PUA, I'm guessing that your PEUC or UI based on the information you said here. If you're PEUC, you're going to be waiting for the extension to be applied between April 10th and April 30th. If you're regular UI and you have a remaining balance, then you're all set. But if you're waiting for that PEUC extension, you can't claim until they have applied that extension to your account. Now, with part-time work, you are able to certify, claim the amount of income that you have worked for and earned that week, and then receive partial benefits as long as your income is below a certain threshold. Now, it's dependent on how much your weekly benefit award amount is. I have an exact calculation for it. I'm like struggling with my words today. I have an exact calculation for it on my channel homepage. So click on my channel homepage, scroll down, and it's like the only thumbnail that doesn't have a giant Ginny face on it. So it's easy to spot. So go view that and you can see exactly how much you can claim. Now, if you claimed A certain amount of income and it disqualifies you from receiving any benefits at all, you will be marked as excessive earnings. You can continue to collect the following week, but you'll just need to continue to claim the income and collect where you can. I need water. All right, Rosa Reyes says, anybody has any update on the $10,200 unemployment? I do, and I'm going to be putting out a video later tonight. I just couldn't finish editing it yet. The IRS issued a new statement today. $10,200 that is untaxed from your on the federal level of your unemployment benefits. The IRS stated today that if you already submitted your income taxes for 2020, that they have the final confirmation, it is published, it is official, that you do not have to amend your taxes, that they will recalculate it and refund it automatically. Now, also stated today, they said that that automatic recalculation and refund will begin to be processed starting in May. They're going to be doing it in 2 phases. The first phase is going to be individuals who are single filers or households where they only claimed one unemployment $10,200. Those are going to be the first phase of people to be recalculated and refunded starting in May. The second phase of people are going to be individuals in married filing jointly households where they have to calculate it twice, or if you have a more complicated tax return. They did not specify what that means. All right. Iomi, thank you very much. I am out of my benefit year on PEUC, but still have a clean balance of 7 weeks left. Will I be able to certify and get paid over those weeks? No, you need to file a new claim. The EDD states very clearly everywhere, and they just updated all their places that state this to be even more clear. They state on their website, they state most likely in your dashboard, you probably received a notification stating this, and they state this on their benefit year end page. They state it everywhere now that when you reach the end of your benefit year, UI, PEUC, Fed Ed, that you're required to file a new claim. This comes straight from the Department of Labor, who is telling them that they have to do this. So most likely, if you certify for those weeks, you will most likely see them stuck in pending. Call into customer service. Ask them if you can file a new claim over the phone, and they should be able to help you. If they're not able to help you, you can also do it online, but doing it over the phone allows you to skip the step of reapplying in most cases if you don't qualify for a new claim, because the claim representative can simply mark it in your account and request for the extension to be applied to your old claim. All right. Scrolling down. David Michael says, Ginny, will any missing week gaps be paid at once? Meaning whatever weeks I'm missing will all be ready to certify once it's up and running. Okay, so if you had a gap in your certification, such as maybe you're awaiting a PEUC extension and you know you're going to be waiting up until April 10th or April 30th, they should all populate for you automatically. So yes, I do think that they will all populate and be there. For individuals that were certifying on an expired claim, however, those will most likely not populate for you automatically. So if you have been certifying on an expired claim and they're just and they're just stuck in pending, then that's when you need to call into customer service, because most likely those won't transfer over to your new claim. But everything else should be automatic. All right, Alex, thank you for your donation. Hi, Ginny. I'm not sure what my type of claim is. I did what you said, and I found extension tier 2. Okay, so extension tier 2 is the second level of PEUC. PEUC is an extension for UI, which is regular unemployment for former W-2 employees. So PEUC is the type of claim that you're on right now. PEUC tier 2 is the second level of it. The first one was 13 weeks, second one was 11 weeks, and now the third one will be 29 weeks. So you're on tier 2. Now, because you are PEUC, you will need to file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. So 12 months after your claim start date, you need to file a new claim. Call into customer service if you need to do this, because if they allow you to do it over the phone, that is the most efficient if you think that you might not qualify for a new claim. All right. I need to switch in mugs, drinking coffee and breaking my microphones. It's happening. All right. Who's next? I'm at the 4:03 timestamp. I'm way up in here, you guys. I'm going to have to skip down a little bit. Okay, William says, I was waiting, Steve, for 12 weeks as well on pending paid. Okay, you're just talking to each other there. Luis says, I have a PEUC claim. My 11 weeks ran out. Will we get another extension for 29 weeks or no? Okay, so if you are PEUC, you will be extended up until claim week ending September 4th. If you're within your benefit year, and that benefit year hasn't ended, it will be automatic, and it will be applied sometime between April 10th and April 30th. There's kind of a range of dates that the EDD is going to be processing these. So it could be sooner, but they're stating April 10th through April 30th. So you're going to have an extension applied for you, and then you'll be extended up through September 4th. All right, Larry says, need advice on paying yourself for PPP forgiveness. You told me $120. I'm not sure what that means since I'm on PUA, but EDD says it's not reportable income. I didn't give a dollar amount for a PPP yet. I'm not quite sure what that's referring to, but let me try to answer this. Larry, I'm not clear on your question. Try to restate it down below and I'll look right now, but I'm not quite sure what you're asking for. So I'm going to guess. I'm guessing if you're asking if you need to certify for your PPP amount, if that is your question, then yes, you do. In the state of California, EDD wants you to report if you pay yourself out with PPP funds. It depends how you use them. PPP loan for a small business can be used for payroll, for paying your employees, or it can be used for other business expenses. Now you have to follow their rule and use at least 60% of it to pay either your employees or yourself as owner's compensation. You can use all the way up to 100%, but it has to be at least 60%. Additionally, you can use 40% or less for qualified business expenses. Now, if you choose to pay yourself with your PPP loan, you are going to accept the funds into a business account, and then you're going to pay yourself out using an owner's draw, where you just fancy word for transfer yourself some money to your personal account. So you're going to move that money over to your personal account. It's going to be 10 weeks worth of owner's compensation. That's how the loan is calculated. So for 10 weeks, you're going to pay yourself out weekly. You don't have to follow that schedule, but if you're certifying for EDD, I would recommend you do it that way because it's easiest. Now, when you transfer money into your personal account, that is self-employment income. It no longer becomes a loan to your business because your business paid you that money. So the state of California does want you to claim that income as self-employment income. So you'll certify for whatever amount you paid yourself. All right, hope that was helpful. Okay. Paula Neary, this is a holiday. You're right, it is a holiday, and that's why the phones are closed. In case you missed the message that I posted it in like 3 of my videos. I posted on my community forum. I think it's posted in this video. EDD phones are closed. They are closed. I'm sorry, they're closed. Drinking multiple drinks. All right. 3M. Hi, my benefit year ended 3/15 with $450 left from Tier 2 PEUC extension. I filed a new claim yesterday over the phone. They put me on Fed Ed instead of PEUC. Why did they do that? Okay, so when your UI claim ends, you've used up 26 weeks worth of UI. Currently, we have federal extensions. We have the PEUC extensions, but the PEUC extensions have to be updated in the programs because they expired. They expired on March 13th, and now we are waiting for the next round of PEUC extensions to be applied to claims. Because the EDD has not yet updated their computer systems and the claims with these new PEUC extensions that will last until September 4th, you can't get the PEUC until it's programmed in there. So if you're sitting around and waiting for the PEUC extension and Fed Ed automatically kicks in for you, then you would go on to Fed Ed first. Essentially, the EDD is trying to get you paid as quickly as possible. Because PEUC has to wait up until April 30th, that's not most likely the fastest way possible to get you paid. So their systems might be kicking you into Fed Ed. Now, once your Fed Ed is all used up, you've used up all 20 weeks of Fed Ed, then you are able to collect the additional remaining weeks of PEUC up until September 4th. So you'll receive the extension still up until September 4th, but the difference for Fed Ed claims, which is why it is not that great if you kick into Fed Ed first, is that if you kick into Fed Ed first, you can't collect Fed Ed later. You can only get it once. Use it all up, and then you use PEUC. Well, if you go into PEUC first, you're extended to September 4th. And then after that, if Fed Ed is still active due to the unemployment rate in the state of California being 6% or higher, then you can go on to Fed Ed after that September 4th date. So that's a problem. And I'm not seeing that as being fair with choosing to do it that way. However, there's no fix for that yet. So that's why they did it. But I don't necessarily think that it's very fair. That was way too long of an answer for that one. I'm sorry. All right. Marlene, thank you very much for your donation. My bro EDD card got fraud. His card is frozen and the transfer option from B of A website is gone. He still has money on the card. Report in order. A new card, but it never comes. It's been over 10 days. All right. The fraud on the Bank of America cards are a huge problem. They're a huge problem because the cards will then be frozen. You will not be able to access the balance, and you can't do anything with it until EDD decides to lift that hold, which often involves an additional ID verification process. Now, the problem here is that B of A and EDD do not agree on how to lift holds on frozen cards, and EDD doesn't even really have a way of monitoring whose cards are frozen. So this is a big problem. When they had their audit report done, this was a big problem addressed here. Unfortunately, there's not an easy fix. What I would recommend is, number one, have him call EDD and ask EDD to send him paper checks right away going forward. That way, no additional funds are sent over to that B of A card where he can't access it. So that it doesn't fix the problem, but it fixes the ability for future payments for him to be able to access it. Next, he needs to call B of A and he needs to make sure that that is addressed with B of A, not just ordering a new card, but addressing the fraudulent activity. Most likely they won't do anything for quite some time. So the next step he should do is he should contact his assembly member. Kat, my assistant Kat, is going to post, if she hears me, she's going to post the link to finding your assembly member. So Kat, can you post that link? So he should contact his assembly member and get them to help him with his claim. They will know about this problem and they will most likely be able to follow up with him and with EDD and B of A and try to get some additional help. All right, Jen Ray, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I have a UI claim, was only able to get 6 months of UI, but my claim ends 6 months from now and can't file a new claim until then. Okay, so yeah, you're right. So you get 26 weeks of unemployment insurance, of UI. You get 26 weeks to use over the course of a year. So once the balance is gone, then that's the end of that set of benefits. Now, next, you are going to have an extension applied to your claim, and it's going to be a PEUC extension, which is a federal level extension due to the pandemic. That extension is going to hit your claim sometime between April 10th and April 30th. That's the date that the EDD is going to begin programming those extensions into current claims. So you're going to be waiting up until April 30th. Now that extension is going to take you out until September 4th with additional claim balance. So it's a 29-week extension. You'll be able to certify and receive payments up until September 4th. After that, if the unemployment rate for the state remains at 6% or higher, then you may be eligible to go onto a Fed Ed extension for up to 20 weeks, depending on timing and if it's still federally funded. I need water. That's not water, that's coffee. Too many cups. There's too many cups. Let me see what's going on this one. Okay, perfect. Broken computer. It's happening. All right. Yasmin says, I called on Tuesday last week. They told me they would transfer me to an extension and I would fall on PUEC. But with all this new updates, I don't know if I should reapply. Okay, so you're going to reapply once you reach the end of your benefit year, 12 months from your claim start date. So you're going to look in UI Online, look at your claim start date, count 12 months out. If you're past your benefit year, then the EDD states everywhere, online, press releases everywhere, that they want you to file a new claim. So that is when you'll file a new claim. Now, I do recommend still doing this by calling into customer service because they are able to confirm for you that for your own unique claim, you're doing the right thing, and they are able to go around the restriction to file a new claim if you don't qualify for one. And it saves a little bit of time as opposed to having them look at your new application, deny it, and then apply the extension to your old claim. Calling in allows them to see if you qualify or not, and then circumnavigate the need to actually file a new claim. So 1 year after, and call in. All right, Morrison, thank you very much. I'm on Fed Ed with existing balance for 4 to 5 weeks left. Rep told me I'm ineligible for a new claim, but to certify on 410, an extension should auto push to the new extension, even though benefit year expired. So a lot of the reps, when you call into customer service, are stating this. They're saying, just wait, it'll be automatic. It could be, and it very well could be, and I really hope that they're right. But the representatives are unfortunately giving inconsistent answers. Sometimes you will call in and receive a different answer from a different rep, and all the information on EDD's website states file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. So if it were me, I would follow their instructions because you did call in and you did have them look at your own unique claim. But if for any reason you're stuck in pending after you certify, that is going to be why. So if you see that your claim is stuck in pending, then file a new claim and that will fix the problem. Monica, thank you very much. PEUC extension 31521. File a new claim. I got award letter of approval till 31522, but got a September letter requesting my check stubs from 31520. Is this normal? I'm wondering if are they looking to verify your income for your new claim? It sounds like that's what they're doing. They're trying to most likely review your new application, review your new claim, and they're asking for income verification is what this sounds like. If I'm wrong, then correct me down below and I will take a look over here. So I do believe that that's what they're doing. So comply with whatever they ask because you don't want to meet any snags along the way. So yes, if they're asking for check stubs, send them. All right. Scrolling down. Steve Austin. Hi, Jenny. I received my weekly benefit amount times 29 weeks credited to my account. However, when are my additional extra $300 a week going to be available? So you're not going to see the $300 boost applied to your UI Online. It doesn't go there. It's a federal level boost with federal funds. So it comes from a different area. So you won't see it added to your claim balance. You will see it in your transaction history when you are paid out. So you will see an extra line that'll say FPUC, and it's going to say $300 there, but it won't be added to your claim balance. So don't be alarmed. All right, I already got that one. All right, I'm scrolling down. As a reminder, you guys, I can never get all of the questions because there are so many. I do my best to get as many as I possibly can. I'm at the 414 timestamp, just so you know where I am. All right, Daisy says, my last payment was March 21st, 2021, and it's saying that I can't certify until April 4th. What's going to happen with the weeks that aren't getting paid? Okay, so March 21st and April 4th. Let me take a look. And what type of claim are you? Are you PUA? Are you UI? Are you PEUC? So March 21st, that's not a gap. So so March 21st and April 4th, that's 2 weeks. That's normal. So the EDD has you certify every 2 weeks. Every once in a while, they might have you certify every 1 week. Like if you called a customer service representative and they were fixing something in your claim, they might have pushed something through faster. But the EDD has you certified biweekly. So every other week, every 2 weeks, you're certifying. So that's a normal rate. They're going to have you certify for those 2 weeks. Okay. Jim says, hi. Hi, Jim. Jay says, hi, Jenny. I'm on Fed Ed and my claim year ended 3/20. If I file a new claim on April 4th, will my claim start then or 3/21? So if you file a new claim, they will ask you the last date that you worked, but most likely you're filing a new claim because you were unemployed. So if it does not have the start date that you need, then you can request backdating by going to Ask EDD and requesting it there. So if for some reason it doesn't populate with the right start date, then go to Ask EDD and request the backdating to the appropriate date. All right, Wang, thank you very much for your donation. Hi, Jenny. My PEUC Tier 2 expired on the 21st of this month. I reapplied and qualified for a new claim. I'm on PUA now. My new weekly is less than $25. Will I still receive my old weekly amount? Okay, so so if you are PUA, are you sure you're PUA? It'll be noted as DUA in your transactions. PUA's minimum is usually $167. So I feel like that's not a PUA amount. So if you are less than $25, oh, maybe this is what you're referring to. If your new weekly benefit award amount is $25 less than your old claim and you're going on to a UI claim, then you are eligible to receive your old claim weekly benefit award amount and just have it extended. They usually do this automatically, but if they don't, then call into customer service and request that. Now, if you're going on to Fed Ed, unfortunately, Fed Ed doesn't do that. They don't have that rule. So that's the exception to that. So now if you're a PUA, if you're going on to a PUA claim, the language on that is not clear on the website. They state that for PEUC that you can be extended at your old weekly benefit award amount, but they don't state anything about migrating over to a PUA claim. So I can't say for sure. So if you are in fact going to a PUA claim, you'll want to call customer service and ask about that if it's not automatically recalculated for you. But I do believe that they would keep you on the old rate. They definitely do for PEUC and UI. Renisha Wood, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Let me see if you had a question. I don't think so. Oh, I see one. Okay, Renisha says, I tried to reapply because my benefit year ended. It says not eligible. What do I do now? Okay, so if you reapplied and you got one notice and it says like $0, letter of determination, you do not qualify, or it says invalid claim, that's okay because they state this on the website. What they do first, which is really weird, is they send you a denial letter and they say you do not qualify. And then about a week later, you receive another notice and it says, but you qualify to receive the extension applied to your old claim. I cannot tell you why they do it separately. It is so confusing to you guys, but that's the process. They deny you, they send you a denial letter, and then they keep you on your old claim and extend it. So next you should be waiting to get that extension letter that you can stay on your old claim and be extended. I know it seems alarming, but that's the normal process that they go through with everyone. Make sure I'm not missing any stickers over here. Okay. Scrolling down. All right, Shaolin. Hi, Jenny. What should we do for ID verification? They ask for. The estimated wait time is more than 5 hours. This has been a common complaint the last couple of days, and it was very common when we had that huge batch of ID verification back in, what was it, December or January? If you are getting that long wait time from ID.me, I didn't have to, myself and my husband, when we had to do our ID, I'm not collecting, but I still had to validate my ID for payments that I did get previously. Now, I didn't have to do a video call. Neither did my husband. But so I can't say exactly this process, but subscribers have told me that if you initiate the video call, kind of you start it or you get in line for it, really, really late at night or really, really early in the morning, then it's much faster wait time. Because I have been told that they do it around the clock. So try to get there during an off-peak hour time to try to alleviate that. All right, scrolling down. Anthony says, I received my last benefit 3/13. I exhausted $0 balance. I'm on PEUC, but I called already and I have an approved a new claim 3/14 through 3/27 that I did not receive. They will retro my 2 weeks or no. So if they automatically started you at a different start date and you're trying to backdate it, if they issued you the claim start date already and it's not showing that it's retroactive, then you'll need to request that date change. You can request it through Ask EDD. So go on Ask EDD and you can select the option to request that your claim be backdated. You can also call customer service and do it that way if you need it done faster. But if you're okay with waiting a few weeks, you can do it through Ask EDD. Ina M., thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I don't see a question from you there. Let me see if you maybe typed one in down here. No, I think you're just supporting. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. All right, scrolling down. Shannon McIntosh, my daughter received benefits last year, about 2 to 3 months, but never received the $600. She tried to ask them, and they said they wouldn't send it to her. What can she do? So the $600 boost applies to weeks 329 through 725, I believe. I had to double check, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, 329 through 725. So if she received benefits during that time and collected at least $1 worth of unemployment benefits during that time, she would be entitled to the $600 FPUC boost. Now, if she did not collect any benefits at all, hold on one sec. Okay, so I'm just checking something from Kat. Thank you, Kat. So if he did not, if she did not receive any benefits due to excessive earnings, like if she worked part-time and had to claim that income, then she wouldn't receive the boost because she wasn't entitled to benefits. Now, if she did not receive it and she did collect during that point in time, then you would need to contact customer service. All right, Daisy says, I already did that one. I think I did that one. Yeah, let's see. My last payment was March 21st. It's saying I can't certify. Yes, I did that one. That's a normal certification schedule. Speak English says the ID verification takes a long time, hours and hours, and we couldn't go through it. Is there a trick, please? There's no trick, only that so the trick is that try not to have to do a video call. They require a video chat to verify you if you have any snags along the way in verifying your ID, or if you have any sort of problem like a freeze on your credit report or something like that, which restricts them from validating your ID easily. Now, you want to try to not do a video call. You want to make sure that you take a photo of your ID on a dark background, that you take it in the correct orientation, and they request that your phone is straight up and down to take a photo of your ID that's facing this way. So it seems weird, but they do want it taken vertically. The next thing is when you do a video selfie of yourself, that was dumb. Then it's going to reject it if you don't look like your ID. So if you're a male and you have facial hair, but you didn't have any in your photo ID, shave it off. If you then have to do a video chat and it's going to take hours waiting in the phone line, which is like 5 or 6 hours, try to request the video chat to initiate during weird hours. Try to start it really late at night or really early in the morning because they do operate around the clock. Or at least they used to. I haven't checked the hours recently. So try to do that. All right, Kenneth Pope, thank you very much. My claim exhausted 3/15. Already applied again for a new claim on PEUC extension. Do I wait till April 10th? For phase waiting 15 days. Okay, so if your claim exhausted 3/15, you already reapplied, you're on PEUC extension, you're going to be waiting for them to extend the PEUC program. They're going to apply those extensions sometime between April 10th and April 30th. So plan on waiting up until April 30th for them to extend you. If you've already reapplied, you're already current, there's nothing else for you to do except wait. Unfortunately, it can take up until April 30th. All right, Mary, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Let me see if you have any question down here. I don't see a question from you. Thank you very much. All right, you guys, I'm going to see what is next here. All right, Maria, thank you very much. My benefit year ended with 0 balance. I reapplied and got approved. I certified last Sunday and my payment is still pending. Okay, that's long for a payment to be pending. I would call into customer service by now. If you certified and you answered anything that triggered, oh, wait a second, you certified with a 0 balance? That's what it is. Okay, so if you were approved for a new claim, but they did not yet apply that new claim to your UI Online account, you would be certifying under the old expired claim. So if you saw a 0 balance that day when you certified, you're still certifying under the old expired claim. I would anticipate that within the next week, they would update your claim online. You'll see your additional new claim balance, and then you'll be able to certify under the new claim. Now, that pending claim most likely will not follow you to your new claim. This is a problem that they have. So if you do not see that pending week move to paid, then call customer service. All right, Rick says, was on tier 2, 0 balance, expired benefit year. 2 weeks ago, reapplied by phone, got 2 mails, was invalid claim. The other one was insurance award, certified but disqualified. Okay, so if you were disqualified, call into customer service. There is some sort of a problem with how you answered your certifications, and you need to fix it. I can't tell you exactly what it is. You have to call in and ask them. Debbie Hall says, where are your animals? Show the cute chinchilla. My chinchilla died. My chinchilla. I'm smiling while I say that, but it's sad. She was old. She was like almost 15 years old. They live a long time. But I have lots of other animals that should be here. They're too distracting during the lives, though. The lives are hard enough. All right, scrolling down. I am now at the 4:20 timestamp. Let's see, America, Grisha, thank you. I'm finally approved for round 1 Lendistry grant. Oh, yay. So that's all, or can I apply for the other rounds? No, you only get it once. That's great. Not many people have told me that they have been approved. I've had a few. So congrats. I'm really glad to hear that. But no, you can't apply again. Frankie Reynolds, hey, claims ending on the 5th, the same day, I have to certify. Where did it go? If I certify, will I get paid? So if that's your end date and you have a certification there and you have a balance there, then yes, you should get paid. After that, though, you need to reapply. If you see a $0 balance, then you would not get paid for that. But if you see a balance, you should be good. All right. Harley Style, thank you very much. Thank you for giving us clarification during the difficult time. Hope they update extensions for PEUC soon. Last certification was this week. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yes, so PEUC is going to be updated sometime between 4:10 and 4:30. Unfortunately, it's a really long time frame. So I really hope they finish it early. They finished most of PUA early. So that gives me hope this time that they might do it a little bit earlier. All right, I did that one. Colton Grundy, says Ginny, for president 2024. I'd make a terrible president. Fill the White House with animals. Be weird presidential bloopers everywhere. I'd spill everything. Be terrible. All right, Curly J. Hi, Ginny. Letting everyone know today EDD is closed for Cesar Chavez observance. Yes, it is. It is closed. Cesar Chavez Day, it is closed. The EDD is closed. You guys keep going to my how to call video, and you keep telling me that the phone trick doesn't work, but they're closed for Cesar Chavez Day. So it does work, but it doesn't work today. All right, Peps Valdez. I received a message saying I don't have to do anything. They'll set me up for Fed Ed. So if you don't have to do anything and they'll set you up for Fed Ed, then that's good. However, once you reach the end of your benefit year, the EDD is stating everywhere. They're trying to make this super clear that you need to file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. So even if you received that automatic generated message from their system once you reach the end of your benefit year, I still recommend calling into customer service and seeing if you need to file a new claim, because I don't want you guys to get stuck in pending and have that mess. All right, Darren, thank you very much. I can't file a new claim till my benefit year ends. I reached a zero balance. I'm on UI. I got a PEUC notification in inbox 3 weeks ago. Okay, so right now you're waiting for the PEUC extension to be applied. Because those programs under the old stimulus bill expired, the EDD is now updating their systems and claims with the new round of extensions, which will extend you up until September 4th. But the EDD has not yet updated PEUC claims. You're going to have your claim updated and extended sometime between April 10th and April 30th. So right now, you're just waiting until they implement that next round of extensions. Thirsty. Weird sloth mug, because the EDD is still slow. All right. Rolling down. Let's see. Lee says, what happened if I don't have enough wages to file a new claim? Because I didn't work the whole year. I'm on PEUC with a zero balance. So if you did not have, oh, Sandra, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So if you do not have any wages or very minimal wages from the year following, because you've just been collecting unemployment, what's going to happen first is that you're going to be denied for a new claim. If you file for a new claim, you're going to receive a denial letter first and by itself, and it's going to confuse you. Then about a week later, you're going to receive another notice stating that you qualify to have the federal extension, PEUC, applied to your old claim. So they're going to extend you on your old weekly benefit award amount up through September 4th. Now, if you want to avoid waiting for that process, then you will need to call into customer service, because if you don't qualify, and you know you won't, if you call into customer service, in most cases, the representative will allow you to not file a new claim. They will mark it in your account that you don't qualify, and then they will request that the extension be put in for you. So that is why calling in is the best thing to still do when you reach the end of your benefit year and you know that you do not qualify. All right. Sandra, thank you very much. I don't see a question from you, Sandra. Did you put one down here? Let me just see. No, I don't think so. I think you're just supporting. Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right. Scrolling down. Kyle says, I was disqualified and I won my appeal, but I'm still waiting for my payment to come through. I got the decision March 9th and still waiting on payment. Who do I call? Okay, so if you won your appeal and you're waiting for the payment to come through, though there's not a clear order of exactly when that's going to be applied. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of info on that. So you can call customer service and you can ask them about it. You can call customer service and you can ask for a tier 2 representative if the rep who answers isn't able to help you with anything. You can also contact your assembly member and they can start to follow up with the EDD on your behalf as well. They've been very helpful to claimants. So those are my only recommendations for you there. All right, Maria, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Let me see if you dropped a question down here. I don't see one from you. Chalman says I have junior high mannerisms. You always giving me a hard time. All right, back over here. Drinking water from this weird cup. All right, I'm at the 4. I gotta scroll down a little bit. David Michael says, Kat, you missed the last live Q&A and Ginny was without a moderator and had received marriage proposals. Well, that wasn't the problem though. I don't mind people just doing that. The problem was one of my regular subscribers, and I trust what he came around and told me after. One of my subscribers had someone creating copycat accounts of him. I say I trust him. We'll see if it happens again. Had him creating copycat accounts, and then it was spamming just crazy, inappropriate things over and over again. That's what happened. All right, Alan Pacheco, what if you can't apply and just stop at the verify ID and there's no next step? Okay, so then that's not going to let you process all the way through. If you can't apply and it stops at the verify ID, I would suggest trying from a different device. Move to a different computer and try it somewhere else, or call into customer service and see if you can do it over the phone, because you have to go through all their steps and complete your application. Let's see, did I miss anything over here? I see a member question. Victor says, do folks who have the disaster assistance claim type need to file a new claim at the end of the benefit year? So if you're marked as DUA, just to answer this so that other people know, if you don't know your type of claim, click on claim history in UI Online and then click on the most recent transaction. From there, you're going to see your claim type. If you're marked as DUA, that most likely means that you were PUA, unless you actually are amidst another disaster that's not the pandemic, like a wildfire or something. DUA is going to mean PUA. So PUA does not need to file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year, because PUA's end date is automatically amended by the stimulus bill. So PUA, DUA, you don't need to file a new claim. All right. Colton Grundy, thank you. Let's see. Janice Edwards says, will that trigger the Cal EITC for those who already filed? I'm not sure what that's referring to. I'm guessing it's COVID. It's happening. All right. Weird coughing. So I'm guessing that you're talking about the $10,200 worth of unemployment benefits. Now I have a video that I'm going to put out probably like 20 minutes after I end this live stream. The $10,200 worth of unemployment benefits that are to be untaxed on the federal level and removed from your AGI, if you have an AGI below $150,000, could qualify you for the federal EITC and the Cal EITC if it in fact impacts your AGI where you fall below those requirement thresholds. In that case, you would need to file an amendment to claim those tax deductions. Now, you do not need to file an amendment if you filed 2020 taxes and you're simply worried about claiming that $10,200 tax benefit. Don't need to file an amendment for that. But if it does impact your AGI enough where you now qualify for additional tax credits, you may need to file an amendment if you want to claim that. That was issued by the IRS today. Daryl Yates, thank you very much. On extension tier 2, and my last payment date is April 10th. Once I'm at a $0 balance, do I have to reapply right away? So you will reapply when you reach the end of your 12-month benefit year if you are UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed. If you're PUA, you don't have to reapply. But it doesn't depend on your balance. It depends on the end of your benefit year. So when you reach the end of your benefit year, then you will file a new claim. All right, Ayub, thank you very much. I'm on Fed Ed. My benefit year has expired 3/15. Unemployed since original filing, 3/15/2020 due to COVID. Calling EDD to file claim. What info do I need? Okay, so they're going to ask you all the same things that they have on their online application. So if you're not sure, you can double check there. But they're going to ask you when your last date of employment was, if you earned any wages. They're going to ask you for the specific amounts that you have earned. And then they're going to ask you information about why you're unemployed. So just general information that was already asked on the original application. In order to qualify for a new claim, you must have had some sort of wages over the amount of $1,300 in the last 12 months. If you don't qualify for a new claim due to lack of wages, they will keep you on your old claim and extend you with the PEUC extension up through September 4th. All right, click on that one. Check this one. I see a couple member questions. Eric Norton, how would I qualify for a new claim, being that I was furloughed since March 2020? Okay, so you won't. If you didn't have wages or self-employment income in the last 12 months, then you won't. But you will have the extension applied to your old claim, and you'll be extended up through claim week ending September 4th because it is allowed in the new stimulus bill. In the prior stimulus bill. JW Dasso, thank you very much. And you say the sloth returns. The sloth has returned. It is here. It is making me drink awkwardly and spill water on my dresses. All right. This one. Josu Caro, thank you very much. UI 914-ish 20 to 914-ish 2021. Backdated recently to 40520. Never got PEUC. Claim is at 0. Will I get retro and PEUC for backdating? Okay, so let's see. If you started 914 and you're trying to backdate, you can backdate a claim as long as your claim start date was before, or as long as your claim filing date was before 12/27. Claims that are filed before 12/27 can backdate as early as 2/2 or as early as you were impacted by the pandemic. So yes, you should be able to have that backdating applied to you and paid out. Now, if you are at 0, next you're waiting for a PEUC extension. You are not going to receive a PEUC extension until EDD updates all of their programs and their claims. They're going to be updating their systems for PEUC extensions starting 4/10, continuing through 4/30. So you're still going to be waiting up until possibly 4/30 to have the PEUC extension applied to your claim. Broken. All right, scrolling down, you guys. As my computer refreshes, as a reminder, I can never get all of the questions that I receive. I try to do as many as I possibly can. Usually in the course of a live stream, I receive about 1,000 or 1,500 messages. It tells me how many at the end. So I don't even usually read about I only usually read about 1/5 of what I actually get in the chat box. So I do as many as I possibly can. Okay, but if I skip you, I'm very sorry. Okay, I am at the 4:50 timestamp. Okay, let's see. Sam Arroyo, you have received all benefits payable to you at this time. You cannot file another claim until your current benefit year ends on regular UI. What do I do now? So Sam, you're going to be waiting until the PEUC extension is applied to your claim. The EDD will be applying PEUC extensions starting 4/10 up until 4/30. So you're going to be waiting anytime between 4/10 through 4/30 to have your claim extended. And then you will be extended up until claim week ending September 4th. So you have a little while to wait. As long as you are within your benefit year, you don't have to do anything. So if you're in your benefit year, just wait. If your benefit year expires, then you have to file a new claim. Colton Grundy says, smash that like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, scrolling. Alejandro says, I got PUA and they changed to UI. I tried to call and they said to appeal, but they still not paying me 9 weeks. And they said to wait until my appeal goes through. Do you know how long I need to wait? Appeals can take a lot of time. Unfortunately, they can take up to 8 weeks is what they state, but everyone kind of reports a different time frame, and there's not a lot of information published on the appeals process. So unfortunately, you're going to be waiting for a while on that. It sounds like you were, you were PUA and then they had to change you back to UI. PUA is for individuals who are self-employed or had limited work history, such as a promise to start a job that never came to fruition. Now, some people went from UI and they did not qualify for a FedEd extension, so they were put on PUA as an extension. Now, because we have PEUC extensions from the new stimulus bill, they are migrating PUA people back to UI. So that will be the reason why, if that's your situation, that's the reason why they're migrating you back. Some individuals, when they migrate back, will not see their certified 4 weeks that were stuck in pending follow them over, which it sounds like is what happened for you. Now, in most cases, they would have populated them for you and allowed you to certify for them, but it sounds like there's bigger issues with your claim. I would recommend that you contact your assembly member. Kat, can you drop the link in the chat box? So contact your assembly member, and then they should be able to help you follow up with the EDD. They've been very good at helping people with that. Henry Martinez, thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. Ginny just got in your opinion, why do you think the Department of Labor wants claimants to reapply again? Is it to prevent fraud or for government to save money? So the Department of Labor is the one that wants you to file a new claim when you reach the end of your benefit year. This is because the Department of Labor wants to check and see if you qualify to go back onto state unemployment benefits as opposed to the federal extensions. This is what is stated in the Department of Labor directives. I have a video that goes through it if you want to see exactly where they state it. Then I show it in that video. So they give that guidance to the states. So it's not the EDD deciding it. You're correct. It is the Department of Labor deciding, and they want to see if you qualify to have the state pay you out instead of federal level. So it's not necessarily to prevent fraud. It is to make sure that the state is paying you out if they're obligated to do so, from what I gather. All right. Scrolling down. Breaking my computer as usual. Oh, it's already 5. All right. I'm going to take probably like 10 more minutes worth of questions and make sure I'm not missing anything over there. Scrolling down. Okay. Kelly says, should I certify by mail? It seems they move better from the mail correspondence. I don't think that mail is faster. You can certify by mail if you would like, but the mail has to travel in the mail. It has to be opened by someone, and then it has to be input into their system. Certifying online, in my own experience, has always been the fastest. Now, if you are stuck in pending, you're going to be stuck in pending for whatever reason, regardless of how you process your certification. It's not how you certify that will get you stuck in pending. It is issues that pertain to your claim, such as if you are outside of your benefit year, if you answered a pandemic-related question, such as, are you looking for work? And you said no. Even if you're allowed to bypass looking for work, their system is not programmed for the pandemic, and that will still trigger a stop payment alert. So I would still advocate for certifying online if you want to get paid the fastest. All right. Nameless says, I received a disqualification before the new bill passed, but then they changed my PUA to PEUC and gave me 11 weeks. Is this normal? I have an appeal soon. Should I move forward even if I'm pending? Okay, so PUA moved over to PEUC. PUA is intended for people who are self-employed. If you are not self-employed and you were given PUA as an extension to your claim, they're going to migrate you back over to PEUC extension now. You might have seen a decrease in your weekly benefit award amount. Now, let's see. Now you were, should I move forward even if I'm pending? If you have an appeal and you feel like you need to appeal your claim, then move forward. But if you are moved back over to PUA, if you're moved back over to PEUC because you were a W-2 employee prior to the pandemic, then that's where you should be. So if it were me, I wouldn't appeal that because they're just putting you back in your right category. So not knowing the details on your exact claim, I can't tell you exactly what's best for you, but if you do appeal, I would recommend that you get the help of your assembly member to follow up with that process because they will be helpful in getting it moving faster. All right, Producer Clever, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. EDD sent me a new customer account number through the mail, not email, after reapplying again for a new claim. Year ended 3/22. Do I create a new UI account? That's strange because it should all be tied to your same social security number. It should all be in the same claim. Now, with my husband specifically, when he first applied, he had an old UI Online account. And then when he applied, it created him a new account. He applied through the new account, but they funded the old account. So I would create a new account with that customer account number, but then I would monitor both accounts because your payment might very well go to the old account. So open the new account because you don't want to miss a payment coming through into that new account with that new customer account number, but monitor both. And also drink water. All right. The Union Dead, do they not do verify ID when an agent files for you on the phone? That never came into it for me. So if you are calling into customer service and you don't qualify for a new claim, and they're simply noting that in your account and applying the extension, they won't have you verify your ID. That's one of the benefits of doing it that way because it saves time. Now, if you do have to file a new claim and they do not ask for you to verify your ID over the phone, my guess is that you will receive a request to verify your ID sent later to your UI Online account. So I would expect that to come later if they didn't do it initially over the phone. Now, the customer service rep won't have the ability to verify your ID because it's going to be done either through DocuSign, where they send you a link to upload your documents, or through ID.me. So I would expect it to come later. All right, Steve LA. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for your continued help. Any word on MEUC? You're very welcome. MEUC has not been addressed. They're just saying nothing. EDD has said nothing about it for like the last, what is it? Since December. They haven't said anything about it. No. The second I hear something about it, you can be sure that I'm going to publish something about it right away because I know you guys are waiting. But no, there's no new information. It's very strange that it has not been addressed. It is an optional program for states to implement this. So I'm not saying this is right that the EDD isn't addressing it, but that is why they're kind of putting it on the back burner because they're prioritizing the extensions in lieu of getting a new program up and running. But as soon as I hear something on the MEUC boost, I'll be sure to share it. All right. Okay. Victor, thank you. Pollinary. Ginny, I just got done verifying with that last mess. When I apply again, am I going to have to verify again? I would rather poke my eyes out. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And I'm sorry that you had to do it multiple times to those of you that have to keep doing it. Sometimes they just keep asking you to do it again, and it's really frustrating. You might be asked to do it again. I can't tell you that you won't. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry. But keep your eyes. Please do not poke them out. eFlow says, I was approved for a new claim with a decreased amount. The letter says to register for UI Online and CalJobs. I already did this last year. Do I register or ignore it? Their letters that they send to you are automated. They're automated. So if you're already registered, you're all set. But if they send you a new customer account number, then I would register with that, and I would monitor both your old and your new one to see where they place your benefits. But with CalJobs, if you're already registered, you're fine. All right. Let's see. Producer Clever, I already got your question there. Scrolling down. Rissa says, payments for last 2 weeks are still pending on my new claim. New funds were loaded 3/28 and I certified 3/28. They're still pending. Okay. Are you outside of your benefit year? Did your benefit year end? I feel like I know your screen name, but I don't remember your claim situation. Rissa, are you outside of your benefit year? Let me know down below. If you're outside of your benefit year, that's why you're pending and you need to file a new claim. But if you're within your benefit year and you're pending, it can be a variety of problems, and you may need to call customer service to clear it. Sounds like there might be a stop payment alert on your claim, which means that they need to get more information from you about your claim. Either you certified incorrectly, not incorrectly, either you certified in a way that triggered their system, such as if you stated that you were not able to look for work, but because it's the pandemic, they tell you you don't have to, but that will still trip up their system and it will still initiate a stop payment alert on your claim. You then must talk to customer service in order to clear this. So call customer service if you are stuck in pending and it's not a benefit year issue. If it is a benefit year issue, then you will need to file a new claim by either calling in or doing it online. Jackson says, thank you, Jackson. I exhausted my balance. I'm on tier 2 extension. Do I need to reapply? If you're within your benefit year has not ended, don't reapply. You just wait. If you've reached the end of your benefit year, 12 months after your claim start date, then you reapply and you do need to file a new claim. But as long as you're within your benefit year, you're going to be waiting to be automatically extended. They will automatically extend you up through claim week ending September 4th. Now, the EDD is still in the process of getting started on updating PEUC claims, and they will extend you sometime between April 10th and April 30th. All right, Alessandra, thank you. Jackson, extension tier 2, I already got that question. Elizabeth Ocha, I am PUC and I can do a new claim on March 13th was the end of my claim. Okay, yeah, so if you reach the end of your benefit year, March 13th, then the EDD states everywhere that they want you to file a new claim. I still recommend calling into customer service and doing this over the phone if you know that you won't qualify for a new claim, because they have the ability. Some won't do it, but most do. They have the ability to put into your account that you don't qualify for a new claim and then request that the extension be applied. All right, let's see. Chalman says, outstanding mean open claim. I don't know if that's a question or if you're answering somebody. Outstanding mean open claim. Outstanding, where are you seeing outstanding? Is it in like a transaction status? Like instead of pending, you see outstanding? If you're seeing outstanding, I do believe that that means that the EDD needs to pay you, but they haven't done so yet. But I don't see outstanding a lot, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Colton Grundy says, Ginny, are you a CPA? I am not a CPA. I state it in many of my videos. I am not a CPA. Don't ask me for tax advice. I'm not a CPA. I am a photographer and entrepreneur, and I coach people on creative businesses. All right, Jessica says, I'm on extension. I don't know how to reapply. Okay, so if you're on extension, that means that you would be most likely on a PEUC extension, unless you're on Fed Ed. You only need to reapply once you reach the end of your benefit year, so 12 months after your claim start date. If you need to reapply, call into customer service and do it over the phone. All right, let's see. Larry says, my Fed Ed extension expired 3/13/21 after certifying up to 3/20. Paid for first week, second week pending. Okay, so if you have 1 week paid, 1 week pending, you are Fed Ed and it expired 3/13 week. Claim week ending 3/13 would be paid because your claim had not yet expired. Claim week ending 3/20 is under the expired week. So that week will not be paid. So what you need to do is you need to file a new claim because your claim has expired. So call into customer service and they should help you do that over the phone. If you do not qualify for a new claim, then they will be able to apply the PEUC extension to your old claim. That's why calling in is best unless you know that you do qualify, and then you can do it online. All right, Rissa answered me. She says, yes, I ended my benefit year and filed a new one. I had funds loaded and certified correctly as I had for the past year. Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have to call in then and see why you're pending because it sounds like they may need to gather more information on you. And it's really frustrating that they do not contact you when they need that. But if you're stuck in pending for that reason, then you'll need to call in. And don't call tomorrow because the phones are closed today, which means everyone is going to call in tomorrow. So don't be one of them. I need water. I need to fix this broken technology. Okay. All right. Catalina, I am still certifying. I called a week ago and was told that an agent was going to contact me. I was told that the issue had to do with me attending school. Never had issues in the past. Okay, so even if you are allowed to do certain things, attend school, certify that you're not looking for work, say that you can't accept full-time work because you're staying home with your kids, etc., even if the EDD has allowed you to do these things, their computer system still will flag your account and stop your payments because it applies a stop payment alert automatically. So if you have pending payments, unfortunately, they do have to clear those things up over the phone. All right, let's see, going down. Going down, way down. Mackenzie, when I called EDD, they said I didn't need to reapply. My benefit year exhausted 322. She said it will extend by itself since it's PUX, regular UI. A lot of the representatives are saying that when you call into customer service that your claim will extend automatically and that you don't have to do anything. That's okay. So you're going to wait, hope that they're correct, which I really hope that they are. I'm not sure they are, but but I hope they are. Different reps will tell you different things. If you feel the need to confirm and call in another rep, you can do that, but I know it's painful to call customer service. But if they gave you those instructions for your own unique claim, then wait. If for any reason that you're stuck in pending once you are able to certify, then you know that you do in fact need to file a new claim. All right, got that one. X-ray, I still have a balance on my Fed Ed. I have half payment pending. Yep. Okay. So I filed a new claim, but not 100% on all the dates about last job. Okay. So if you're an employee, they're going to verify the information that you gave them with the information that they received from your employer. So if there's a discrepancy there, they're going to correct it and they're going to want to fix that in your claim. Now you're going to be pending until they process that new claim and apply it to UI Online and allow you to certify under that new claim. So if you have a gap in certifications, you may need to call customer service and ask them to fix that certification gap when you were pending. All right. Got to get to a more recent timestamp. Way far behind here. All right. Eddie E says the EDD goes back 18 months, not 12 months when you reapply. Just be sure. So they have two different ways that they can calculate your base period. I recommend using their calculator that's online so that you can see it laid out for you exactly. But they have a base period and they have an alternate base period. And I'm not going to explain it all right now, but it can be 18 months. They do ask for 18 months when they send you paperwork to you. But in many cases, they do look at 12 months. All right. eFlow, I was approved for a new claim with a decreased amount. The letter says register for UI Online and CalJobs. All right. I already answered that one. It's an automatic notice. If you already registered, you don't need to register again. I need to refresh my browser because it is broken. It's pounding at help. I hope it does. Let's see. Visual Sensations. Congrats on jumping up to 50K. Oh, did I hit 50K yet? I was still below it. 50,000 subs. I was right before it, before this live started. But I bet that I made it up to 50,000, which is great. Thank you guys very much for supporting my channel. All right. Humberto says, I have a remaining balance of $750 on my extension tier 2. My benefit year ended 3/8 and I was able to certify, but now stuck on pending. Okay, so if you hit 0, let's see, your benefit year ended 3/8. Oh, okay. If your benefit year ended, that's why you are stuck and pending because your benefit year ended. You need to file a new claim. Juan Mendoza, thank you very much. My balance is 0. Max benefits paid. Benefit year ends in May. I'm on regular UI. Okay, so if you're regular UI, you are waiting for the PEUC extension to be applied to your claim. The EDD is going to do this automatically for you because you are within your benefit year. So you just need to wait. But the EDD will not apply this extension until 4/10 through 4/30. So they have stated that they are going to begin processing the PEUC extensions sometime between April 10th and April 30th. So you're going to still be waiting a little while they update their systems and their claims. Brittany K, is tier 2 the same as PUA? Because it's telling me to reapply and then message under says if I'm PUA, do not reapply. No, tier 2 refers to a PEUC extension. The PEUC extension is a federal level extension for UI claims, traditional unemployment, meaning that you were an employee before the pandemic. Now, if you are a PEUC extension, it has 3 different tiers right now. Tier 1 was a 13-week extension. Tier 2 was 11 weeks. And Tier 3 is going to be 29 weeks. You are going to be automatically extended up until September 4th if your claim is still within your benefit year. So on a PEUC extension, on UI, on FedEd, you need to be within your benefit year. Look at your UI online, look at your claim start date. Count 12 months out from your claim start date. That's the end of your benefit year if it says on extension. Now, if you've reached the end of your benefit year, you must file a new claim. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in pending. If you're within your benefit year, you are waiting to be automatically extended, and the EDD will update PEUC extensions between 4:10 and 4:30. So you're going to be waiting up until possibly 4:30 to be extended. All right, Producer Clever, you're very welcome. Jimmy Traveling 503, we will notify you when your new claim is processed. This usually takes 2 to 3 weeks. Learn what to do next on your type of claim. Yes. Not quite a question, but copy and pasting from their notification. Yeah, so if you filed a new claim, it can take up to 3 weeks to process. Sometimes faster, sometimes 3 weeks. Amy Drooks. I also received a new account number to replace the first one with my social security number. Okay, so if you received a new account number, then you will register that account number. Continue to monitor the old one though, just in case they send your payments there, because sometimes that does happen. All right, you guys, I'm going to take 2 last minutes of questions and then gotta go make dinner for my kids and play. Okay, let's see. Samuel says EDD sucks. I'm sorry. Bianca says, what is disaster assistance? Disaster assistance can be if you were in a natural disaster like a wildfire, but in most cases, for most of you, it will mean PUA. If you click on claims history and you click on transaction and you're trying to view your program type, if you're noted as DUA, then you are PUA, because PUA is a disaster. Myra says, why will it take so long till April 30th? Well, I wish it was faster, but that's how long they are stating that they will take up until to apply the extension. The Department of Labor stated in their directives that they would anticipate the states to take, I forget exactly what they stated, but at least until mid-April to get the extensions applied. So the EDD, I'm guessing, is saying kind of an overestimate on when they will apply the extensions. I'm really hoping that they're giving an overestimate. I hope it's faster. See, David Michael says, speak for all males. You're envious of Mr. Silver. Mr. Silver took my last name when we got married, just as a fun fact. Silver is my name, and he took it. He put it, and he changed his legal name to be Silver. All right, Aaron says, I have all of February weeks on pending, applied for a new claim, have been approved for regular UI, and have collected my first 2 weeks last week, but February still nothing. What's data ticket? I don't know what that means. Let me try again. I think I misread this. I have all weeks of February on pending. Okay. You applied for a new claim. You've been approved for a regular UI and have collected your first 2 weeks of last week. I see. Okay. So if you applied for a new claim, you're on your old claim, your weeks were pending, most likely because you reached the end of your benefit year and you kept certifying and those weeks continued to be pending. And then you filed for a new claim. You were put on a new claim. Those pending weeks did not follow you to the new claim. They would continue to be pending over there in old claim land. So unfortunately, you will need to contact EDD and request that you have your new claim backdated so that you can certify for those old weeks. Because in most cases, they don't follow you automatically. Now you can call into customer service to request this, or you can request it on Ask EDD. So if you look up Ask EDD, you can click there and you can request to backdate your claim there. I'm guessing that that's the problem that you're referencing, and that would explain that problem. So if you are not seeing those pending weeks and they're pending because they're on an old claim, request through the EDD that you backdate your claim. All right. I am taking 3 more minutes of questions. Let's see. Sherry says, if my son is living with me and I'm renting and he's not able to help with rent due to a COVID job loss. And whoa, hold on, my computer's moving. And I'm eligible for rental assistance, although I work. Okay, so rental assistance, the rental assistance requirements are very specific. Now, do you have a contract with him? If you don't have a formal rental agreement with him, you might want to make one and have him sign it. Because in order to receive rental assistance and receive the most possible money, you as a landlord would need to apply. You would need to provide his documentation that he is your tenant. And then you would be able to apply for rental assistance if you meet the qualifications. Now, the qualifications are complicated, and I am going to, Kat, can you drop the rental assistance, the Housing is Key website, if you can look it up, Kat, and put it in the comments. The rental website is called Housing is Key, and you have to double check their requirements there and see if you qualify. If you qualify, you might want to create a rental agreement for him so that he is officially your tenant and you will officially be able to use those benefits, because if a landlord applies for them, you get 80% of the missed rent covered. But if a tenant applies, you only get, I think it's 25% of the missed rent. So it does make a really big difference. All right, I am going to take one last question. And let's see. Preciosita, I originally applied May 2019. I was receiving Fed Ed extension, and now it said file a new claim. Will I be disqualified from the new extension that lasts until September? Okay, so if you were receiving Fed Ed and you had to file a new claim, and you still have Fed Ed weeks left, then they're going to have you finish up your Fed Ed weeks unless you qualify for a new claim. But most likely you don't, because you were collecting unemployment the last year. So if you do not qualify for a new claim, they're going to keep you on your old extension. They're going to have you finish up all of your Fed Ed weeks. And then once you reach the end of your Fed Ed balance, then they will extend you with the PEUC extension. And then hold on. And then, sorry, Kat, you can go. You can go, Kat. You don't have to stay. I know I'm late. So once you finish up the Fed Ed extension, then they're going to apply PEUC and let you collect the remaining weeks of PEUC there. So you will be able to be extended up until September 4th on those remaining weeks of PEUC after your Fed Ed exhausts. Okay, you guys. We've reached the end of my live stream because I got to go play with my kids and go make them dinner. So if I did not answer your question today, I get so many questions and I try to do as many as I possibly can, but I don't even see like 1/5 of the messages in the chat box because I spend so much time talking. But the best way to get a question answered by me is going to be go to my most recent video as soon as I publish it, like within the first hour, and post your comments there, no matter what the video topic is, because I try to answer questions in those comments of the newest videos for the first hour after it's posted, and then again later that night. Now, I am about to go post a video when I get off of this live pretty soon after. So be on the lookout for that video. Post your comments over there, and I will try to answer as many as I possibly can. Okay, you guys. Thank you. I'm girl with brown hair and I blink a lot. I know, right? The EDD knows that I blink a lot in my videos, and that's all they have to say about me. Okay, you guys. I will see you next time.